Good morning, and welcome to this live broadcast of Three Country Ride to Cure Breast Cancer, presented by SpotLink and benefiting the Breast Cancer Research Foundation. Today, as part of our daily Morning Mingle series, we have the pleasure of speaking with David Cutbirth. Did I pronounce that right?
You did, Cutbirth,
okay.
yes.
Mayor of the city of Monahans. Thank you for being here today. It's really
My
a pleasure.
My pleasure.
Can you tell us a little bit about Monahans?
Be glad to, and welcome you guys to Monahans, Texas, and out here in West Texas, and right in the middle of the Permian Basin, what we call the Delaware Basin. Monahans is a little community started about 1882, railroad town. As the Union Pacific came through here, they found water. And of course, that's the cool thing about it, that this is where the good water is at. Back in those days, train could only run 100 miles with water. It's all steam, so you had to have water every 100 miles. So this was the spot right here. They found it in Monahans. Monahans, little community, probably about 8,000 people right now, with about another 8,000 to 9,000 surrounding it because of the current boom going on in the oil and gas industry and the sand. And if you'll notice, we have less sand out in the sand hills today than we did because they're using it for fracking. But,
okay.
Monahans is a nice little community, and certainly one that is growing.
Great, that's great to hear. How did the city get its name?
Well, that's another interesting story, and I appreciate you asking that. The engineer that was working for the Union Pacific Railroad in 1882 as he came across the state of Texas was a man named Tom Monahan, Colonel Tom Monahan of the Union Army, and they had hired him to be the engineer that found the places to put water. So Tom never lived here and never got to enjoy our great community and in the ranching and the oil that came later and all those neat things. But Tom was the man that found it. So Tom Monahan. And a little story about that right quick. They sent it in as Monahans's town with an apostrophe and S. And of course, the federal government took a look at that and said, "Oh no, it'll just be Monahans." So the federal government, in their infinite wisdom, gave us Monahans, and so that's where we're at today.
Okay.
City of Monahans.
Wow, very interesting. Can you tell us a little bit about what you do in your daily job as mayor?
Certainly. As most other small towns in the state of Texas, the mayor's not a full-time job. It's one of those jobs that you serve, and really there's not a lot of power that goes along with it. You get the gavel, so you get to be in charge of the meeting. But on a daily basis, it is something that I've been doing for 26 years, and have certainly enjoyed it. It's a labor of love. I go by City Hall and check with them at City Hall and see what we're doing. One of the big things that I enjoy is the economic development end of it, and we've worked very hard at that for almost 20 years in the city of Monahans, and doing different things to bring industry out here, try to diversify the economy. And right now, of course, working very hard on housing that goes along with primary jobs, because right now we got the boom going on, and you got a lot of single men out here. But all of these folks would like to bring their family, but they don't have a home, they don't have a house, they don't have an apartment. So that's one of the things that we're working very hard at. So I spend a lot of time and effort at that, get to work with the Chamber of Commerce, get to work with some really good people. So on a daily basis, yes, I do spend a few hours a day working as the mayor.
Okay. Well, you're talking about that economic development, this event center, which is magnificent. This is part of that effort, isn't it?
It is, and you got to give a lot of credit to our county, a wonderful group of folks, and this is a county facility. But it's been a joint effort with the City of Monahans through its Economic Development Corporation and the City of Monahans plus the County Commissioner's Court. They, of course, put the money in this, it built the facility, and did a lot of planning on it and some great work. But this is one of those cornerstones. This is a cornerstone of 330 acres that the city owns that is developing out here. New homes, new apartments, all along the frontage. We'll have retail. So there's big plans.
Yeah,
exactly
that's
right.
Great. It's exciting. So as part of that, are there any biking initiatives going on in Monahans?
We really don't. We have once a year. We have our 3 and 5 mile K and 20-mile K. I'm sorry. We do a little biking. It's kind of one of those hotter than hell bike contests. Gets hot out here, and we ride a bike. But in terms of biking for a cause, we haven't been doing any of that type of stuff, and that would be a neat project because the project that you're working on is certainly dear to my heart.
Well, thank you. Yeah, of course, the main reason we're here is for breast cancer research and to benefit the Breast Cancer Research Foundation. Is there anything about our cause that is personal to you?
Absolutely. My mom, Trixie Elaine Cutbirth, passed away at age 69, and that was in 1994, and she died of cancer. So it's one of those things that at that time had not had anyone in my family that has been affected by that. And a lot of times cancer is personal to us. You don't get involved and you don't get that emotional attachment until someone that you love dies. And then you see what a horrible thing cancer is, and you see that we've done so much and gone so far, but we haven't cured cancer, and we haven't cured certain parts, and we've extended life in certain areas. So that's one of those things that became dear to my heart, and worked very hard at it. We have a great cancer, Ward County Cancer Society group, and I became heavily involved with that. So yes, it is dear and near to my heart.
Great. And of course, the Breast Cancer Research Foundation, their main focus is finding a cure for it. So that's one of the reasons we're behind that group. So today we're heading to Midland. Do you have any advice for our journey?
Boy, I certainly do. Yeah, you got to watch this traffic. I mean, the Ward County's got a speed limit of 80 miles an hour, and the big trucks will be at 80 miles an hour. So you got to stay on the service road all you can. Let me absolutely recommend that. It's wall-to-wall traffic from here to there. The good news is, going into Odessa, you'll have a traffic jam, and so all the traffic will slow down really slow. It's one lane, so you'll be in good shape.
Okay.
Like I say, if I could recommend one thing, it's stay off of the main traffic, on the service road, away from it, because it's really busy out here right now. I mean, it's a blessing and a curse. The blessing, of course, that we have industry and we have jobs, and you got to understand that there was a bust out here from '86 to about 2004. So having jobs and having the ability to make a good living is very important. You got to have that to do other things. But the curse of it is that there's a huge number of people out here, and some of them can't drive.
Okay. Well, thank you very much. One final question. Is there a weird fact that you know and want to share?
Absolutely. You know, there are several really neat things about Ward County, good history, but Monahans, I've got a good one to share about Monahans.
Okay.
At one point, Monahans, Texas was surrounded by another city, completely surrounded by another incorporated city called Orbit. Now, Orbit was incorporated for the purpose of stopping the growth of Monahans and stopping Monahans from annexing its water field. Because water, let me mention something about water. You know, whiskey's for drinking, but water is for fighting. So out in this part of the country, water is critical. So it was an attempt to stop the Monahans from annexing its water field, and actually Orbit was incorporated. A district judge in Kermit ruled it unconstitutional, but it was an interesting small point in the history of Monahans that was really pretty neat.
Wow, that is neat. Well, thank you very much for joining us here. It's a pleasure meeting you.
My pleasure, and thank you for what you're doing. Appreciate this type of, these things that bring awareness and bring people to the cause are extremely important, because breast cancer research is one of those things that is looking for a cure.
Yes, we are. All right, we're going to head out now. Check in for our live noon from the road update and our 8 p.m. recap. Talk to you then.